Today's a special day. Hi, it's me, Deva, and today we're playing a little something special. So, just in case you don't know, this is the first game that I played on this channel, and it was without commentary, so it was just. And it's been 3 years since I played this game, and so we're here today playing this game properly. And you know what? This is kind of new for me as well because it's been 3 years and I don't remember anything from this game except that one CSGO level. You'll know what I mean if you haven't seen this game before. Also, thank you so much to somebody who's on the run. Please make sure audio is on. Thank you for bringing this game back to my attention because I kind of forgot about it. But then your comment, you mentioned this game on.
Hi there.
Oh,
Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
yeah. Hi,
My name is Davey Reedon.
Davey.
I wrote The Stanley Parable.
Mhm.
And while that game tells a pretty absurd story,
Yeah, it's a weird one.
today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and
I
2011.
love this game.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Coda.
Now, these games mean a lot to me.
And this game
I met
means a lot to
Coda
me.
in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff. And his work pointed me in a very powerful direction.
This
I
game.
found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike.
See?
You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he
See?
starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs
just
and
saw.
impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all
trying-
fascinating as games, but
I can't.
that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's 2008.
2008.
Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
That used to be me.
And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped.
Alright, wait, sorry for pausing, but I kind of wanted to jump in and say something. I relate to this guy, both of them actually, because this game is what inspired me a lot. This is the first game I played on this channel, and so I wanted to showcase this game, and so I played it, and so I made a video about it, on it actually, and I'm sorry, I'm just really excited. And the other guy, Coda, I have so many scrapped videos, so many. Some that worked out, like, it didn't have that weird OBS issue that I talked about. Like, they were really well made, but I scrapped all of them, and just, you know.
In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again.
This is me.
If the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me.
Also, why does he speak like me? Kinda, right?
WREDEN@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction.
Alright.
Let's take a look at Coda's first proper
Thank
game.
you.
As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed.
Okay.
This first one was made in November 2008.
That is very helpful, by the way. Thank you so much. So I love this game so much. It means the world to me, as Coda's games mean the world to him. Ooh. Oh.
Warning. Whisper machine.
Whisper machine. Okay, so you can't reload the gun. So there's that.
This game is called Escape from Whisper.
Okay.
And it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Oh, there's not even a sound for the bullets. That's silly. I thought there was. I don't know. I kind of had a memory of it having a sound.
Security hull breached. Hostile alien life forms inbound.
Oh wait, there is a sound. No, there isn't. Never mind.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For
Yeah.
instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere. But then
that's
clearly
it.
there are no enemies anywhere.
That's
You
it.
can't even reload
Yeah,
the
I
gun when
can't.
you run out of bullets. But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
I remember. Oh, this is so cool. Oh yeah.
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past
All
it.
right. Okay. Can I go back?
Or if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that.
Yeah, I will. No, never mind. I don't want to do that. I thought I could till I. All right, here it is.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay, by the way, update. If you've been watching this channel, you might know that I ordered some Pokemon cards or something. I got them, and they're really cool. I'm gonna order more.
You there, in the engine room.
Oh no.
You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine.
Whoa.
We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
Whoa, really?
It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it?
What about you,
Could
lady?
you give yourself?
Give yourself for the salvation of others? Hell yeah. That's it.
Let me pause here for a second.
All right.
What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere.
Ooh.
And this is what happens instead.
Oh, are we gonna? All right. Okay, this is gonna be beautiful. I love it. I love what's gonna happen. Yay! This is just so beautiful. I love it. I'm having goosebumps. I'm so excited, and I'm so happy that I get
The
to
beam
play.
causes you to start floating.
Yeah.
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes
The
you
labyrinth
feel
is
in the
kinda
face
easy.
of this larger chaotic system.
Yeah.
Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking.
The
What's
sky.
clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Wow. The sky was beautiful. And I'm just so excited and happy to be playing this game. The past was behind her.
Yep. In this
Yeah.
game, you can only walk backwards.
Oh my god. So I literally cannot walk like front. I have to walk backwards. I love this game. I love this game so much. Wow. Oh, but the future could not be
So
seen.
it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment
That's-
combining motion and narrative.
Why
It
does
is
the
less
future
advanced
keep
than
changing?
the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Clearer. My R's. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought.
Wow.
It says what it wants
It
to
says
say,
what it
and
wants
then
to say and it ends.
Didn't need anything more than
Yeah.
that. Which to me is why it works.
Exactly.
Because it gets out
It gets out quick.
quick. Okay, next one.
I love this game. I love this game. Oh my god. Ooh. Spooky forest reminds us of the unlit sun. You are now entering. Where are we? Where are we going? Oh,
And that's it.
that's it?
Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet.
Okay.
Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Alright. December 2000. Okay, I'm kind of losing track with the dates. I think we started in November.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Nonsense in nearly every direction.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as
Stairs.
he was making it.
Yay.
Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Oh, we're slowing down. Why are we slowing down? Oh,
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl,
God.
the door at the top of the stairs opens.
Oh,
So
wow.
why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all?
what if I go
Well,
down?
to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
What if I just go back down and then... I don't know. I think there must be something where you actually crawl up to, you know, over here. Like a separate interaction, but we don't have the time for that. Ooh. The game is nothing but giant blocks of text explaining what's happening. A normal game where you have to scream into a mic every 15 seconds to keep playing. A key in one
A
game...
room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas
Yeah.
for games.
Play as a camera filming an advertisement, walking around on set, filming whatever you like. Press U to...
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Aww. But yeah, I just really love this game. And ready, set, fish. Wow, what does this mean? I don't remember this. Oh, I do now. Ooh. Oh, I remember this
Well, this
puzzle.
is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle.
Yeah,
Go ahead and see if you can solve
I
it.
can. Oh, wait, no. I'm supposed to close it from here and then go inside and then open this up. I remember.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again
I
soon.
remember. I
We're
remember.
gonna see it a lot.
Yeah, I remember this one. Also, thank you to everyone who's been commenting on my videos and actually interacting with them. Thank you. It means a lot to me. Thank you, Bread Guy. Thank you, Mr. On the Run. Thank you, On.
So that
Thank
seems
you
to be it, right?
so
You walk
much.
down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the
Mhm.
end. Simple enough. All right, now I'm going to modify the game again so
Ooh.
that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
All right. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing.
Yeah, way
I actually
more.
find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game since they essentially convey the opposite idea.
Whoa.
So, in the Stairs
Whoa.
game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior.
Yeah.
And then, in this level,
A dull interior
hides this fantastic outer world.
Wow.
Either way, I think that the point is the same.
Uh-huh.
Is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
January. Oh, we're back here again. You are now exiting.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow.
Yeah.
It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Alright, March. That's a jump. I forgot the little time span he gave us. And yeah. Thank you again, by the way, if you're watching. The Great and Lovely Descent. A house? This game is running so beautifully, by the way. I like that. That is silly.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that is
To
fact.
make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines,
Oh,
Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly.
Yeah.
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors.
Whoa.
That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms,
Can I-
is just because
Oh,
he's working
whoa,
with
whoa,
what
whoa.
the engine does well.
Whoa. Yeah, I was wondering why the game.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making.
Oh.
You might consider paying attention to the architecture
Eh.
of these games to
Eh.
notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good
Oh.
at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Oh, so like, yeah, I was wondering why the game runs so well. So it makes sense if the engine is like a Source engine, because you know it's old, and for my potato lappy, it works really well. Oh, this game is gonna be silly. Whoa, what if I start? Oh. What if I just? Oh. Prison cell. What's happening? Eh? Okay. Oh.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original
Yeah.
design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Oh wow.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
And there's probably a something where you actually sit in this cell for an hour, and there's gonna be an interaction, a unique one of some sort, because if it's from the same guy who made
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else.
Oh wow.
Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
Oh god. Oh wow.
There wasn't.
There wasn't. Oh my god. Oh look, it's a door puzzle. Woohoo.
It's the puzzle
Yeah.
again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
I remember.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
So this game is made by the same guy who made the Stanley Parable. So there's going to be a lot of unique interactions based on how you play the game. So if there's like a little prompt of oh yeah, I remember this room. Yeah. Yes, I remember this one. You there? Did you come?
Here, Coda
Oh,
begins
sorry.
using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
You there? Did you come from up above? What was up there? There was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there were floating colored blocks. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get to a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I don't remember having to go through any puzzle. Huh. I mean, I did. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. I don't remember how I solved it. I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Huh. No, but I do. We do. We need to go there. Do you understand? It's the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you there's nothing I want more. Listen. Huh? Oh, different room? Speak. Oh, that's so cool. How did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass? Oh, was that a wrong answer? Oh wait, no, this is different. Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? No, we actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Black space between the doors? Why would I care about the space between the doors? Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. I don't recall the space between the doors. Don't worry, I'm sure you will visit it again soon. Be sure to pay close attention. Are they talking about this? Huh. I don't know. I don't remember this.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Is this what they're talking about? Is this what they're talking about? I don't know. Hey, see? The lamppost. Yay.
It's a lamppost.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
I don't have to, give my commentary now that I think about it. I think that game was best as it was. Because we have someone else to do it for us, Let me know. This is just the first video, so let me know. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Ooh. Nice room. Not. Not.
So first off, I'm sure you
How
can
do you beat
deduce
this
this,
game?
but this game is not connected to the
No
internet.
point to this.
All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda.
Oh.
This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect,
not
I think
good.
I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention. I was over enthusiastic.
Okay.
But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to read all of them.
Balls.
Either way, to me
Silly.
they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
What? Whoa, that's a lot. I just saw Flying Penguin. Let me tell you, it was the most majestic
But it's
thing I
ironic,
have
isn't
ever
it,
seen.
that in playing
feel
this
like that.
game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
It's the same guy who made Stanley Parable, so there's going to be a unique interaction as soon as I read all the bubbles. So we are going to try and do that. Alright, so this is where we started from, right? So we started from here, we're done with that, we're done with this. Probably, I'm not sure, I don't know. But this does give us like hints at progress, so you know. Do we jump down? Or do we jump over there? Yeah, we're supposed to go here. What the shit is this cavern? Okay. Boring. Alright, we're gonna try to speedrun through all of this because I'm trying to get that little interaction. And I don't want to waste your time either. I really want to see if my theory is correct. There is a unique interaction. Oh no. Wow, there's so much to cover. I remember these speech thingies being like super colorful at one point.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again.
Yeah.
And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
Okay.
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Okay.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
So nobody knows how to solve it. Also, no unique interaction, so...
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Yeah. And then... how do you leave notes? Typewriters. Notes? Maybe? Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. I'm having so much difficulty speaking. Wow. I have goosebumps right now. Silly. Porn stars die too?
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels
Yeah.
for a few minutes. Hang with
Okay. Alright. Oh. That's a okay. I just realized what the hell I just read. I don't know what I just read. Okay. I love this game because in the type of headspace I was in at that time 3 years ago, this game resonated with me resonated with me super hard. We're under the tunnel.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Oh. Okay. What furniture ought to go in the center in the room? Put a giant hole in the ground? Okay. Never mind. Okay, now what about along the wall? Let's put a huge... I really... 10 stools lined up along the wall. Okay. I think we should light up this room a bit. We'll put live Tesla coils in each corner. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. And a table. You need a table. Who are you? Pretty sure none of my choices make. Yeah, they're not. Oh, we still got our table anyway. Thank you. Oh.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Yeah. It's a maze. Oh.
So,
Okay.
okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. Okay. This guide will enable you to escape the prison environment. Any prison environment. Follow the instruction carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table. Bam. Good. Go over the... click and... oh my god, my brain. Now turn the floor lamp. Okay. The floor lamp. Is it this one? Now go to the left side sofa. Move it over a little. Left. Is it this one? Finally, touch the shelves. That's it. It's in a real prison. The escape will now... What? I can't read. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Okay. Bunny hopping my way. Return. Okay, do we remember? Sort of. I remember a bit of it. What?
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events
Yeah.
to escape.
Nah.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
Wow.
Let me just blink you real quick through a few of
Okay.
these. I mean,
Whoa.
he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's
Inside the
really a
well.
dozen. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on. But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop.
Whoa.
That particular mechanism of
Can I jump?
defense
No.
against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons.
Whoa.
This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Huh. The lamp. The lamppost. Hmm? Hello? Who was this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep, I was in the furniture maze.
It's a
I
conversation.
was in the reverse.
And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his
That's
mind,
where I am right
and
now.
to get some good advice from someone who
Oh, I'm
knows.
so glad to know that I get out
The
eventually.
irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself.
It's it like
You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
yeah. So yeah, that's where I am right now. Oh, I'm so glad to know that I get out eventually. What's it like to escape? Actually, I'm already forgetting that being in prison, what being in prison is like. It's strange, but in a way, I kind of miss being in the prison. Feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Why? Was there anything about it that you felt good about? Being here sucks. True, maybe I only like things once I don't have them anymore. I only like things once I don't have them anymore, sorry. It was comfortable, I knew its limits, I knew my place. But don't you feel excited about getting out? The promise of freedom? Is that good enough? Good though? Sorry. It's comfortable, but it's inhuman. I couldn't live this way. You don't need to, you just need to be patient. Having limits is way more important than you probably realize right now. You see what I'm talking about when you've been there for a while longer. Huh. I yawned. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? Well, I think I'm the first person to call back. Yeah. Can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out. To get out, you need to tell me how you feel right now. To get out, just talk with me for a bit. What? That will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. It won't make sense. Okay, I feel afraid that nothing will ever change. Go on.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?